AITA for asking my boyfriend to charge his family member for fraud.
I am not op. Original post by UTHR0W4W4Y Life in R. Amethyst Hole. An NBSP. AITA for asking my boyfriend to charge his family member for fraud. The 25th of June 2021. Throwaway account. Backstory. I, 27F, and my boyfriend, 34M, have been together 5 years and have worked really hard to save for a house. 2 weeks ago we fell in love with a house and we put down an initial deposit to hold the property. The house won't be built until end of 2022.
We have been in talks with a mortgage broker and the builder's finance people. Last week we received some shocking news when my boyfriend's credit score came back as being bad. There was activity on the statement that was 100% not his and a credit card that has gone into default over the last 6 months. This credit card was originally my boyfriend's, but he swears he closed the account and cancelled the card mid-2019. Long story short, we discovered that a family member that was living with him a few years ago has gotten a hold of the card at some point and has been using the card on and off since 2019. They defaulted on payments in early 2020 but paid this off, then defaulted again in December of last year, and the account is still in default and over $5,000 is owed in charges and late fees. Charges for shopping, news agency, takeaway food and pubs, gambling.
My boyfriend has had zero knowledge of this as he hasn't had access to the account after he closed it, and hasn't been receiving statements or notices from the bank. The family member has diverted these to their address. We're now unable to successfully apply for a bank loan for our house as they won't lend to my boyfriend with his credit the way it is. Our options are to 1. Proceed with fraud investigations and charges in the family member, allowing us to prove this is of no fault of my boyfriend's and successfully secure the loan. Or 2. Boyfriend pays the debt and we wait at least 2 years from the payoff date for his credit to regain some loss.
Option 2 sets us back at least 3 years in starting a family and our lives as homeowners. This will also not allow my boyfriend to secure a bank loan to start up his own business he's been dreaming of starting for a few years. This was the year he planned on. This has devastated us and put a massive delay in our plans. My boyfriend doesn't like conflict and is going with option 2. He isn't even planning on mentioning anything to the family member. He wants it to all go away and thinks this family member is going through a rough time. I want my boyfriend to proceed with fraud charges and investigation. We have worked too hard to not have our dream house and him owning his own business. So AITA for pushing my opinion on my boyfriend?
Verdict. NTA. An NBSP. Update. AITA for asking my boyfriend to charge his family member for fraud. https www.reddit.com/r/amethyst-hole/comments/p6pptw/update for asking me boyfriend to charge his The 18th of August 2021. Update. I want to begin by thanking everyone for their advice on my original post. There were some really constructive strategies and words of advice. I spoke with my boyfriend about my concerns and was honest with him that things he was telling me didn't all make sense. He was adamant he didn't know anything about the credit card or the apparent inquiries on his credit account about payday loans. My boyfriend is still refusing to open any fraud investigations against his family member and has said he will pay off the debt himself. But some other things came out during our conversation that he was hiding from me. Lying has been a big issue of his during our whole relationship. In the past I have forgiven him for his lies, but I can't keep forgiving the same issue every few months when he promises to change. But we're in the same spot every few months. And I'm not talking little lies. I'm talking big lies and even bigger lies to cover up those lies. I know I'm stupid for giving him the benefit of the doubt. So in saying this, My boyfriend is now my ex-boyfriend. When I spoke with my boyfriend about my concerns above, he ended up picking up his bag and walking out on me and drove away. That was the last time I seen him in person. This is how this man dealt with an issue in our 5-year relationship. We haven't spoke much since, but I have definitely resigned to the fact my relationship is over. I think he is expecting me to forgive him like all the previous times. I have packed up his stuff and will return to him after my city comes out of our 6th lockdown. There is a good ending to this story though. I spoke with my mortgage broker and the housing developers. I can't afford the original townhouse I fell in love with alone, but a smaller townhouse that I also loved came available and I've been approved for this one. I paid my deposit 3 days before my birthday last month. I bought a house by myself. TLDR. I broke up with my lying boyfriend of 5 years and celebrated by buying my own house. Edit 1. Oh my gosh guys, this update has blown up like I never thought it would. I will try to get around to reading all the comments and messages I've received. Thank you so much for all the well wishes and congratulations. An NBSP. Reminder, I am not the original poster.
Oh, how nice. I love seeing positive updates. Soup should be proud of herself.
I was not expecting such a positive update. Such a relief. The debt was his. He lied, got caught, doubled down, left to make her look like the bad guy in the story.
Seuss. Did he know about that card? Was it actually him spending it?
So he 100% knew about, was responsible for the card, and realized that the other argument made him look better when talking about a reason for the breakup than his previous lie he saw no way out of. She lost weight and bought a house. Wins all around. Lying has been an issue of his in our whole relationship. OFFS. If she would have just mentioned the fact he was a pathological liar in the original, Reddit could have saved her a lot of time. Come on, lady. Good for her. He was a baggage that has some leaky pockets she's better off without. It's nice to see that Oop got a good ending, but it's kind of confusing to me that she would commit to a house if she knew he had issues with telling the truth. I always get confused on how other PPL break up just by not contacting each other. Like if I just packed my stuff after an argument and don't speak to my BF for few hours even, he'd think I died or something and start to panic. But OFC, I'd never pack my stuff and leave. We always say let's talk about this later if it gets too heated. Considering the cost of housing and how both it and interest rates got so much here in Australia as the pandemic eased, Oop got extremely lucky not to be shackled to the toss bag. Don't buy houses or try to sign on loans with someone you refer to as a BFGF, who you know to be a liar. Now that is a happy ending. Good for Oop. Buying a house together without some sort of legal bound agreement, like a marriage, is a disaster waiting to happen when the couple splits in the future. Keeping some separate finances and assets, even when married, is always a wise move. Out of bad came good, and very, very good. I love reading that the op was able to buy a townhouse after all, and on her own. It was a big achievement. All very suspect what this guy was saying. How exactly did this supposed family member use the card on an account that was closed? Doesn't want to confront the family member? Will pay the debt off himself? Sounds more like he is the one with the problem, not some phantom family member. Oop dodged a bullet there. People who react like the ex did are usually hiding something. Love seeing the positive ending. Got rid of deadweight and bought a house on her own. Good for her. We wanna buy a house together and start a family. OBTW. He's been a big liar throughout our whole relationship. Big lies have been a big problem throughout our entire relationship. Anyway, we want to start a family soon. Lying has been a big issue of his during our whole relationship. In the past I have forgiven him for his lies, but I can't keep forgiving the same issue every few months when he promises to change. But we're in the same spot every few months. And I'm not talking little lies. I'm talking big lies and even bigger lies to cover up those lies. I know I'm stupid for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Well, yes, stupid indeed.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.